What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today I'm going to be giving the newly buffed Cresselia a try in the Open Great League. This Pokemon received that Psycho Cut buff, the same thing that Medicham received, and on a bulky Pokemon like Cresselia, any extra damage can be absolutely pivotal to swinging some matchups. I didn't really expect this to be a big update, but I tried it out today, and man, this Pokemon is one of the strongest picks that I've tried so far in this season. It's a lot of fun to use. Real quick, before we get into the battles, I want to say if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the battles and see what Cresselia can do. First opponent with this team, let's see what we can do. Galarian Moltres into Shadow Typhlosion. Alright. This is an interesting spot to be in, because I can technically outpace them as long as they go for good timing. But, like, the fast move pressure on both sides just kind of rips each other apart, so it's kind of a weird matchup to be in. They're at 3. The one good thing is that we can guarantee they're going to go for a Thunder Punch here, right? Because who in their right mind Blast Burns a Moltres? That's just overkill. So I can probably try to go for a catch here on what I would imagine is a Thunder Punch. Shadow into Shadow, despite being resisted, I feel like Blast Burn would do an insane amount of damage, so yeah, glad that was not the case. Annihilate comes in, alright. Well, oh, that's only a Rage Fist. The thing is, like, Annihilate on Rage Fist, non-Shadow with low kick, like, this doesn't do anywhere near as much damage. I think I can survive this and get 2 attacks off. So I'm kind of surprised that they would throw that and not even, like, bait a close combat there. Yeah, this is looking decent. 3. Although, it does look like, unfortunately for the Quagsire believers, this next Aqua Tail just barely is not enough to knock out. But maybe I can force energy out of him. No, I should have, like, sniped that last one down with the Sucker Punch. But I should be able to shield this, farm down. And at this point, their Typhlosion does have another Thunder Punch on it that we have to keep in mind, but I think that's fine. Oh boy. Okay, Wigglytuff in the back. Classic. We'll see what they're going to do here. They're probably going to try to Icy Wind us, which I don't love. This game might be over. That Typhlosion is kind of scary. They do resist all of Cresselia's charge attack pressure, but also it's a Typhlosion, so I still knock out here with a Moonblast, right? Which I guess is good for me. Maybe I should have Grass Knotted. That could have been enough as well. They do shield that up. We get the attack drop, which is kind of cool, I guess. Do I no-shield this? Ever? I'm going to try to no-shield. Could be a terrible idea, but they're a back-to-back Thunder Punch, so I think that's what they're going to go for. And that is what we see. I'll shield this up. If I can, I want to farm this down with my Moltres now, and hopefully come out of it with a Fly, or close to it. Nice, we get a Fly. We have a Moonblast as well on our Cresselia. We can't quite reach the Brave Bird, though, so I don't know if we have enough damage here still to win this game. Cresselia, not the strongest attacker in the game. I don't know if Moonblast is going to be enough to knock out before they get another Swift off. It's going to be close, though. Psycho Cut getting that damage increase could be kind of helpful here. Oh, that's just enough. Okay, Cresselia. Kind of forgot what you could do, but that was kind of a clean endgame there. All right, next opponent. Moltres into Florges. Bad lead. Do not like this lead. Oh, man. Don't like this much at all, actually. My whole team's a little bit soft to this. If they're not on a Fairy Charge Attack, though, then I can get a shield advantage here. And they are overfarming a lot of energy. That's kind of scary. They're at 8. What are they going to throw into us? We get the shield. That's good. 9, 10, 11. I could catch. Oh, they went to 12, so they went one past the move. So they're at 6 if this is a 45 energy attack. Oh, it actually is, but it's a Disarming Voice. So they're at 11 right now, so, well, 6 as I said. I think I just come in Cresselia to tank energy. 7, so probably a Chilling Water coming through right now to debuff me. But, like, the 1 or 2 Psycho Cuts I got through there actually looked like they were doing a lot of damage. They're at 2. Okay, I'm glad that I have my Quagsire still for this. 3, that's only a Sand Tomb. And we know they're not on Trailblaze on that one guy, so that's also kind of helpful. 1, 2. What do we do here? Because I could try to go for an Aqua Tail once again to get my move off before them, but I also don't think it's quite enough to knock out. Yeah, I don't think it's quite enough there. I'm just gonna go for the shield. That was really quick. Is this like mirror shot or something? Or do I just not know my sand tomb counts? I probably just don't know my sand tomb counts, I guess. Fair enough. But now we have back-to-back Aqua Tails. That Florges is pretty dry on energy. There are only like 2 Fairy Winds, I think, of energy. Yeah, we get the knockout there. The Florges does come back in here. Probably should have at least baited a Stone Edge, potentially, but I think if they let this go, then I'm still in a pretty good spot, where I can Mudshot this down. They're going to go for a Chilling Water against us, but I think I shield this every single time. A lot of debuffs on our opponent's side so far, but they seem so confident against Cresselia that it does make me a little bit scared. Honestly, that's not like the best matchup for them, if I'm being like completely real with you guys, because if I land a Stone Edge here, then 2 Grass Knots might be enough to like knock out. It's gonna be close. But I guess with the chip damage they've got against me, potentially 2 Hydro Cannons knock me out, or at least put me into farm down range, and that's not great. It's gonna be really close. They throw immediately. If I can ever swap back into my Quagsire, that would be huge. Yeah, I mean, these Hydro Cannons, they're good attacks, but I do survive that pretty well. Okay, we land a move here. Can I switch to Quagsire and Mudshot everything down now? Please tell me I can. That would be so cool if I could. Nice. Okay, wait. I think we have this. Oh my goodness. How did we just win that endgame? Cresselia! Surviving 2 Hydro Cannons even after taking a Chilling Water from the Florges. That was like razor-thin margins at the end there. Let's go, man. Cresselia is just a monster now. Alright, next battle. Let's see, it's gonna be Galarian Moltres into Galarian Weezing. Battle of the Galars. Galar dudes. This is not a good lead, though. I'm gonna switch. I do have a lot of flying type damage against them later on if I need it, which, I mean, that's good to hear. Oh, classic. This is a classic matchup. Not actually that good for Mandibuzz, though. Plus, it's kind of good I baited this out for Cresselia. Although Cresselia is resisted, like all the charge attacks are resisted by that Weezing, which is also kind of funny. Well, you get a shield on that first attack. That makes sense, I guess. That's the most likely Stone Edge. They're at 6. Is this a Shadow Ball or just like a foul play? Okay. Just a foul play. 2, 3, 4. Alright, they have another move ready to go now. But I mean, I'm kind of fine losing my Quagsire at this point, because getting that shield advantage is pretty nice. 5. I could have gone for a catch there, but I feel like that's not the best play. I feel like the best play is just trying to overfarm some energy here. Or if they do instantly swap out, like I can switch myself into Cresselia. And, like, if they're on Aerial Ace, I guess so be it, but that's not a great move, so it's not going to chip us down that much. And if they're on Shadow Ball especially, then we wall the moveset, which is kind of crazy to say. Do I ever consider, like, a one-shield farm down? Is that really crazy? Like, how stupid would that be? It might be really stupid, actually. Like, I really want to do it. You don't have any idea how much I want to do that. But we're not gonna go for that. We'd be so low by the time we get that off. But we have a Brave Bird basically loaded right now for the Weezing. And this is likely going to get their final shield. With that said, we don't know the moveset of this Weezing. There's a chance they're on Overheat and Sludge, or it could be Brutal Swing Sludge. Yeah, they shield. That's fine. I mean, Psycho Cut got buffed this season, so the fast move pressure is going to add up quite a bit. And we get the Moonblast off here. We see the final Pokemon is a Sableye. And super effective Moonblast does do quite a bit here. After a Moonblast, am I 5 away from the Grass Knot? I don't think so. I wish I could be, but I don't think we're quite that spammy. Yeah, it'd be a CMP. Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, it's going to come down to the moveset on that Weezing, I guess. The fact I don't have Future Sight here, which I don't think Future Sight's the play, but, like, if I did, that would be a little bit better. We'll see. I guess. I don't know. Because, like, if they're on Brutal Swing, I don't know if 1... I don't know if 2 knocks us out. Well, 2 probably doesn't knock us out.
But, like, Psycho Cut plus Moonblast here is also going to do a lot of damage. So, let's just hope for that. Big Moonblast. What is your moveset, trainer? Please tell me it's something winnable for me. Ah, that is no damage whatsoever. Yeah, I think they got us here. Unfortunately, just a little bit too hard of RPS. Cresselia, it tried its best, but, like, man, and it is Brutal Swing. Yeah, that is way too much damage. In Ultra League, you know, maybe. Maybe I'd survive too, but definitely not there. Alright, next battle. We gotta not get the Double Dark backline, please. That was not fun. The Fairy Double Dark team, especially. Like, that specifically was really annoying. Annihilate in the lead. This is gonna be so strange of a matchup now, actually, because, like, do they go for a close combat? Well, they threw after 6 immediately, so that could be like a close combat and dip. I'm kind of fine if it is, though. I survive. Okay, it actually is. I said that in hopes that, like, it would reverse psychology the universe into having them not do that to me, but that's fine. We don't actually care. Because switch advantage doesn't matter that much. Annihilate, well, it is an annoying Pokemon. Cresselia has play into it, and getting this Corviknight out of the way is actually also pretty nice. Okay, they do go for the big old payback there. I'm going to go for the Aqua Tail myself, just because at this point I want to make sure that I can get some consistent damage into them. I don't necessarily need to knock them out. I more so just need this Corviknight to be not as big of a nuisance. But I guess I'll go for the Stone Edge now, because, you know, I reached it before the Air Cutter, so they probably no shield. Yeah, let's go. I mean, this is like Psycho Cut downrange. Is that diabolical? Is that crazy to do? I think that could be a cool play. Psycho Cut this down. I still have a lot of energy left over on my Moltres. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay. Well, what comes in? Could be their final Pokemon. It is. It's a Licky Licky, actually. Which is not exactly the best Pokemon to see, but, like, it's not a hard counter to Cresselia. It's just awkward. I have a lot of energy lead, and that will help out here. They're non-stab Shadow Blaws, I guess, too, that they're throwing. Oh, they shield that. Okay. 6. Do they bait us? I don't know. I'm going to shield. I think it's fine if they bait us, but I'd prefer they didn't. Yeah, okay. Wait, these Psycho Cuts are, like, actually adding up here. That's kind of crazy to me. I guess I shield this again. Because I know that's a Shadow Ball. 1. And now I just save a lot of energy on my Cresselia at all times. And hope that that's going to be able to win me the game. Because I don't know if the next Moonblast knocks out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I know this one knocks out, so I guess that's fine. I'm kind of surprised they overfarmed so much. 6. We get the shield. Wait, why did they do that? What? Hello? Hello, how are you doing, Annihilate? I mean, I have energy left over on my Moltres, right? Do I have a Brave Bird loaded, or only a Fly? I don't know. But I think a Fly is enough to knock out. I mean, I should have a Brave Bird, right? Oh, they... What do they do? I think they've given up at this point. Alright, well, that works out. Cresselia just being so bulky there, and getting that Psycho Cut down against the Corviknight, you could really tell the damage increase, I think, that game with the Psycho Cuts. Mormon Matt? Oh boy. Let's see, running Moltres into Morpeko. Oh, yikes. That's not a great... that's not a great Pokemon to see for this team. Maybe I can dance around this, though. If I get a shield advantage, that's fine. Is that even fine, dude? I don't even know. This is bad. I kind of need to keep my Quagsire alive, honestly. Okay, we get the Stone Edge off, at least. That's pretty cool. I would not be surprised if he goes for a payback here, but there's also a chance of an Air Cutter bait. Either way, I do survive. It is payback. Smart call. Okay. Oh, man. 1 turn off. That is sad. Oh, I lose CMP? I actually didn't know that. I thought I won CMP as a Quagsire in that matchup. Well, that's really bad now. That's really bad. How do I lose that CMP? Okay, well, I come out with, like, I don't know, an Aqua Tail plus 1. If Morpeko comes back in, I'd be pretty happy. Oh, it actually does. Okay. Well, I say I'm happy, but, like, I'm also, like, so terrified of what this Pokemon's about to do to me. We get a shield. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I mean, like, Cresselia is only weak to the dark type Aura Wheel, so that's something. I can survive a electric Aura Wheel. 9. Okay. I mean, I no-shield the first. Always. Doesn't do anything. 4, 5, 6, 7. Does he bait us here? I'm calling the bait. I'm calling the bait. Oh, we call the bait! Okay, that's kind of big. That's huge. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know how we just won that one. Morpeko should be like an unwinnable lead. GG's, Matt. Okay. 4-1 again in the Go Battle League. This is actually kind of a fun team to use. Let's cash that in here for it as a reward. And that gets us up, not quite to rank 15, but making good progress. All right, next opponent. We'll see Galarian Moltres into Shadow Zard. Okay, is this on Wing Attack, or is it on Amber? We'll see. It is on Wing Attack. So the pacing here is actually a little bit better than it would be on, like, Dragon Breath, but it's not as good as it would be if they were on Ember. So, that's fine. Wing Attack is going to do a little bit more raw damage than Ember would do as well. Big Air Cutter. We'll go for the Fly before they're able to get off their next move, just to guarantee a shield goes down from them. I believe it's 5-4, 5-4 pacing. Oh yeah, it is literally the same pacing as Dragon Breath. Maybe I'm bad at this game. You know, I'm used to Dragon Breath not being what it is today. Anywho, we have the Fly ready to go against the Licky Licky. This is a pretty good spot to be in, just because we can trip down the Licky Licky, and we don't have a hard answer to this Pokemon. Oh, they no-shield that. That's crazy. I'm going to go for a catch on a Body Slam as well, though. The Fly plus the Sucker Punches have basically put this into a range where this does knock out with an Aqua Tail over time. Yeah, no way they'd Shadow Ball there. So that's a good thing to see. Alright, they're at, I believe, 5 right now, so 1 away from back-to-back Body Slams, or 1 past a Shadow Ball. Okay, so they're at 1. CMP here. Or, I guess, let them get a full rollout sneak. But honestly, I think I'd rather come out of this matchup with an Aqua Tail all the time. Like, I don't want to let that Charizard get a big farm down if they come back in with it. And there it is. I think they lagged a turn, unfortunately, for them, but I don't know if that's going to matter in the grand scheme of things. It's already pretty low. Likely only gets 1 more move off anyway. Oh, they actually just sacrifice it. Oh, okay. Well, this is good for Quagsire, but it's even better for Cresselia. We have Grass Knot on that Pokemon, and we are such a bulky Pokemon, just in general. You're going to see how little damage these Grass Knots, well, okay, the Mud Bombs I meant are going to do. And I think Grass Knot probably 2 shots. Please throw a move. Don't top left. I want to see the damage. Dang it. Okay. You know, that's fine. That's fine. We'll take the win. All right. Next opponent. Galarian Moltres into Corviknight. Okay. I guess this is kind of where I want to see it, right? Cresselia is hard-walled here. Okay, they swap into a Shadow Drapion. Interesting. I do have a lot of play with Shadow Quagsire, but the one bad thing about this matchup is you do have to go down shields if you want to win it in the Zero Shield, or you have to get a nuke off with a Stone Edge, because 1 Aqua Tail doesn't knock out, and since they're up energy, they do, in fact, outpace you. With that said, I think with how good Moltres into Corviknight is, and with the fact that Quagsire can get quite a bit of damage off against that Corviknight if they bring it back in, I think I'm fine going down a shield. Yeah, we should just shield once, farm down, and hopefully go for like some Stone Edges and Aqua Tails into that Corviknight. Hopefully that puts us in a good spot. I wouldn't be surprised if the final Pokemon in this game is going to be a Mudboy, like a Quagsire, or maybe like a Mud Slapper if they're crazy, because like Core plus Ground is a really good core. Okay, no, actually we see the final Pokemon is a Jellicent. So technically, nowhere this game for my Cresselia to go. Like, on paper, it's a really bad matchup across the board, but it's also, like, not that bad for us here just for Galarian Moltres. I'm going to shield the Surf, because it's going to do a lot more than the Air Cutters are going to do. And I think at this point, the amount of chip damage my Moltres can get off against both the Jellicent as well as the Corviknight should make this really annoying for them. Because I also have a lot of energy left over on my Quagsire. Well, at least a little bit, enough to get to an Aqua Tail, potentially. And that's all we really need. Alright, Fly comes through. Likely we get a shield, because they have to shield something this game. And yeah, they do shield that up. Likely it's going to be 3 air cutters to get knocked out, even with a boost. I think they still need 3. Yeah, that's good to see. I'm going to overfarm just to kind of throw them off on where my energy is. I hope they don't boost, just because, I mean, that would complicate things a little bit with my Cresselia maybe taking a boosted payback or something later on. Oh, nice, they let that go. That's huge. That's going to do more damage than what Cresselia can do this game, so unironically, that's pretty helpful that that happened. Air Cutter's not going to knock us out, or put us into Sand Attack downrange. If I get another fly off here, this game's in a really good spot. Nice. They didn't catch that. They didn't snipe us down. At this point, it should be basically over for them. I'm going to swap out here, try to go for an Aqua Tail. Nice, we get the snipe down as well. That is also pretty perfect for us. I think Quagsire is outside of Hex downrange. So I should be able to get to an Aqua Tail against that as well. Unless they can get to a move before us. But I don't think they can, right? They instantly surfed. Yeah, so we just outpaced the Aqua Tail. Cresselia, you know, it might have been kind of useless in the backline. It's a good thing we didn't need it, because our Quagsire and Moltres score is just too good. There we go. Amazing. That's actually kind of a crazy showcase, though, of what Quagsire can do. Alright, next opponent. Galarian Moltres into Wigglytuff. Oh my goodness, why? Why? We don't want to see this. It's fine. We have access to Quagsire, the spammiest Pokemon of all time, and they don't have an answer to this, so they're going to stay in. I'm going to be able to desync the Switch Clock and chip them down with my Aqua Tail. They're at 5, so they have a Swift ready to go, but I'm already halfway to my next Aqua Tail. That's how spammy this Pokemon is. You get 3 Aqua Tails before they get 2 attacks. At least, you know, you should. They might even go for an Icy Wind, because they debuffed us. Alright, Icy Wind, yep. Makes some sense, I suppose. But, like, now, I can bait Stone Edges. I'm not actually going to throw them, because if I go for a Stone Edge, they can reach the Swift before I can get my next move off, and I'd rather just get 2 Aqua Tails than a Stone Edge. I don't know if I survive the next 2 Charms, but that would be pretty nice to get another Aqua Tail through them, or to force them to throw that Swift they have. Nice, I do let that go. Oh, I do survive 2. That's crazy! Quagsire, you are diabolical. Okay, we force a Swift out of them. Kind of sad they actually wised up and threw energy, though. What's in the back? Because they either have another really strong answer here to Galarian Moltres, or maybe they just don't have a great check to Quagsire. I think I can Sucker Punch this down before they get another move off. And I don't want to reveal Cresselia yet. So we'll farm that down there. Oh, yeah, okay. That's not great. Please be weak to this. That's not, like, super weak to this. I don't think I got up enough energy. No, I did not. We get RPS'd. That's unfortunate. So Quagsire is just really good this game. If we got up 2 Psycho Cuts here, actually it's probably more like 3 Psycho Cuts, then there'd maybe be a chance here. But actually it's a Shadow Empoleon too, which does quite a bit more damage into us. Man, that Grass Knot hurts though. So that's kind of cool. But it doesn't matter. Like, this game's so over, it's not even funny. They're at 5. They got the Hydro Cannon immediately. I'm gonna go for the Grass Knot myself, just to try to get that final shield from them. But the problem is, I don't have a Fly loaded on my Moltres, so I'm not even able to go for a combo play, even if I wanted to. Which I'd very much do. I was hoping that maybe they'd call that I'd combo play, even though I couldn't. I physically didn't have the option to. Yeah, this game's so over, it's not even possible. Like, I need to be able to, like, I don't even know. I need to Psycho Cut down a Eufisk. Come out with a move. That's not happening. They have too much energy here. We can Brave Bird to give them less farm on us. Yeah. Oh, that was such a bad game. I think I honestly played it pretty well, given how bad this game was going to be for me. And Cresselia's trying its best. They get the move now. I shouldn't have done that. I was like, oh, it's straight 5s to Mud Bomb, but they also threw a Discharge earlier. But I think no matter what, they were just going to Metal Sound me down, or just reach a Hydro Cannon, because they were pretty close to that as well. Oh, man. That was not a fun one. Why did they have that team? Alright, oh, Jonathan Kelly. He normally runs some of the worst imaginable stuff in the Go Battle League. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not a good sign. When you see a Shadow Mightyena, you have to imagine in the backline is probably going to be Pokemon that are just, like, nightmarishly evil. We see an Azumarill safe swap, though, And I'm actually going to take this as an opportunity here to just build up energy and come in Cresselia. Because Cresselia, well, first of all, one of the best things about what I just did there is Azumarill doesn't get two-shot by Grass Knot, but the fast move pressure that I just got with my Sucker Punches potentially will put them into range of that. But the other thing that's really good about that is I don't have a great way to deal with Mightyena in general, so being able to have a lot of energy is hopefully going to help me out to be able to go for like a Fly or Brave Bird into him later on. We'll Grass Knot this. Likely they're going to try to throw another move in just a second. Yeah. But this doesn't knock us out. It doesn't come anywhere close to knocking us out. But the fact they swapped out of the lead, and the fact that I know who I'm fighting, and I know what kind of Pokemon he likes, I think we can all imagine there's probably a second fairy in the back. So, I don't know what fairy that's going to be. Probably Wigglytuff. If I had to, like, guess for sure, it'd be Wigglytuff. Okay, we knock that out. We get a Moonblast off here before they Sucker Punch us down, so we get a guaranteed shield. And then my Moltres has so much energy on it that hopefully I am in a good spot no matter what. They're at 4 after this Sucker Punch, so they'll have 5 Sucker Punches coming out of this. That's not quite enough for a Poison Fang. Oh, surprise, surprise, a Wigglytuff comes in. Aqua Tail as quick as I can before the Icy Wind comes through. I think Moltres should be able to close out this game either way, but I want to play this as precise as possible because I do not want to lose this game against this team. I mean, honestly, the fact he just shielded there, is that not just game over for him? Because I just get to 2 flies, and, like, that's all I need. They do Icy Wind. Makes sense. We'll go for the Stone Edge, because we know that, at this point, 2 Aqua Tails are not enough. And I might as well Stone Edge, because that's going to be able to do more raw damage. I'm still pretty close to my next Aqua Tail here, if I need it. Okay, nice catch, I suppose. I honestly think that's game losing, though, for him to do that as well, because now he doesn't even have enough energy for a Poison Fang. And this puts him into fly range. And that Wigglytuff, you know, it might be a good counter to Moltres, but not at this point. At this point, it's kind of toast. Okay, we got the win. I mean, technically we haven't got the win yet, but, like, basically we've got the win. All we gotta do is shield the Icy Wind. Oh, if they Icy Wind, like, yeah, we're Brave Birding. Of course we're Brave... Ah, he doesn't let me. Okay. It's fine. You know, I'm happy with that win. Honestly, if you would have just stayed in the lead, that could have been kind of dicey, because I didn't have a great answer to that Moltres, or to that Mightyena, rather. Moltres isn't amazing into it, but he swapped out. And the second he swapped into Azu and gave me so much energy, that was just unplayable for him. Alright. And there we go, rank 15 in the Go Battle League. That is phenomenal news. Cresselia's raw bulk is just insane, right? We saw it time and time again in the video. One of the bulkiest Pokemon in the entire meta. The only problem is it is a little bit slow sometimes to reaching the charge attacks, but with the extra damage of Psycho Cut, honestly, a lot of the time, that's not even that big of a problem. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.